Hi, it's Paculus here, and welcome to 28 and 28. So I think we underestimate how different a horse's life in nature is compared to the life that we sort of construct for him as a domesticated animal. You know, I'll hear people, they'll say things like, oh, the horse is fine out in the cold, they survive in nature, but in nature, horses wouldn't stand in the big open field like I have behind me here. They would seek out shelter. They would be able to keep moving and find a place where maybe there was a bit of a wind block or things like that. So when we confine them into a fenced area, no matter how large it is, if we don't provide shelter for them, it takes a little bit for them to stand out in the cold all day. The other thing that we underestimate with horses is how their own sort of herd interactions are affected by being in an enclosed area. So, for example, we put a young horse out in a field with 3 other horses, and the one horse turned out to be much more aggressive than we had imagined. Anyway, he chased the young horse, whose name was Eddie, chased him away, and Eddie did exactly what he was supposed to do. He ran away, and the other horse kept chasing him. But unfortunately, poor Eddie, he just kept following the fence line as he was being chased away. And of course, he ended up exactly where the whole altercation had taken place. And the horse that was chasing him was enraged because in the aggressive horse's mind, Eddie was not listening. He kept, I told you to go away, and look at you, you've come right back. But poor Eddie was just saying, I have nowhere to go. I'm just following the fence. I'm trying to leave, but I'm ending up back where I started. Another time we had a horse that got trapped underneath the big shed that we have in the one field, and he just got in there. There was a corner again, we weren't thinking, and this aggressive mare pinned him in there, and she started to kick the heck out of him. Poor Paladin, he wanted to go out. He would have given anything to get free of that, but because he was trapped in this corner, he wasn't able to do it, and we had to go in and rescue him and chase her away so that poor Paladin could get out of there. But you're really angry with this aggressive mare, but then you think to yourself, from her perspective, she told Paladin to leave, and as far as she could tell, Paladin wasn't going to leave. He was ignoring her, and so she felt she had to kind of up the punishment a little bit to get him to understand what she meant. And she just got enraged that he was standing there for it all, kind of standing up to her, I guess, in her mind. But poor Paladin was just stuck. He couldn't get out. We end up with horses that crib or stall walk or weave, things that are called not coincidentally, we call them stable vices. And we call them that because these are not things that horses in the wild develop. These are all things from boredom and from stress and all the things that are really hard to manage when we keep stabled horses. So it's always up to us to do the best we can with our horses, get them turned out as much as humanly possible. Like, our horses go out 365 days a year. They get an opportunity to be with other horses, to hang out with other horses, and to try to be a horse. And I think that's really, really important for all of them. So stable vices, they're called that for a reason, and so the more often you can simulate natural circumstances for horses, the better off they are. Okay, that's it for today. Remember to thank your horse, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks.